Tesla phantom braking strikes again. Millions dead, perhaps. Not from this, but don't let that get in the way of a good story. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Raza.
Future... What?
Future Raza, Randy.
Oh.
Future Raza. Randy's joining me this week, as he does from time to time, to discuss the hottest stories. And when I say hot, I mean burning hot, and crazily so. Flying Penguin released this amazing story, and you can help me determine if this strains credulity. Tennessee Tesla phantom braking crashes two motorcycles, killing someone. Police have reported two motorcycles just suddenly crashed into the back of a Tesla.
My goodness.
That's interesting. Police said that, and I'm sure this is a very fair, very balanced story.
Yeah.
Police said the two motorcyclists collided into the rear of a Tesla. According to police, one of the motorcycles caught fire. Imagine the kind of software design flaw that would cause hard, sudden deceleration on a public road, able to burst a motorcycle into fire and kill the rider. It sounds like additional evidence for a problem that has been documented for many years, phantom braking, including a horribly botched recall.
Well, phantom braking exists.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. Phantom braking exists. I claim to be a graduate of law school, and I remember something about the person who hits another car, especially from behind, is at fault no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That means they were either following too closely, going too fast, not paying attention, texting while driving a motorcycle. Something's going on here that would cause them to hit a car who happens to slow down. Now, this is not phantom braking,
right?
For those of us who have had the phantom braking effect. It's not really phantom braking, it's phantom slowing down.
Right.
It's a more like a what you would do when you pull your foot off the pedal, you get the regenerative braking taking place. And it's usually very short. I haven't ever had it like drop 30 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour. It's usually maybe for 2 seconds, something like that, and then it goes back to the normal. Is that what you've experienced?
So in my 2023 Model Y with hardware 4, I have never experienced phantom braking.
Never had it? Oh.
Not once. I have been in other Teslas where I have experienced it, and my experience matches your description, where it just goes, nope, never mind, I'm fine. And that's it. It doesn't slam on the brakes. Now, when I am in autopilot or self-driving, FSD beta, remember, beta,
Yes.
I am always in control. I have my feet ready to brake or accelerate, and I have my hands ready to steer. So if it were to do something crazy, I'm paying attention enough to just circumvent it as it is expected. But now, what's this horribly botched recall? That doesn't sound like a thing. Oh, there it is. Unsafe by design. Tesla fails to see children. Red lights, emergency vehicles. Total deaths, 348, and 19 confirmed on autopilot. If there's one thing car manufacturers should be able to do, it's meet baseline safety requirements of operating on a road. It should not be engineered to systemically increase risk of accidents that involve children, red lights, and emergency vehicles. Randy, I had no idea they're so dangerous. What is going on?
Well, okay, so we do know that there have been a few cases that have actually been documented on full self-driving or on autopilot where the vehicle has not done what it was supposed to do. And those things did result in recalls, which were fixed by over-the-air updates. And yeah, it's going to happen. I'm sorry. You got a completely new technology. You're going to have a few mishaps. But the numbers here are completely wrong in terms of the number that were confirmed to have anything to do with the fault of full self-driving. I'm not sure that it's in double digits. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and do the research, but I'm not sure we're in double digits of confirmed faulted full self-driving accidents that caused death or injury.
We know that the accident rate while using beta is very low. We know
Very.
that the accident rate for Teslas at all is very low. People say, well, yes, but autopilot only works in the safest, easiest situations. Of course it's going to be low. Right. But then they also track just total number total. Right. And I know people who own Teslas who will not use autopilot. I'm just a driver. I just drive. It's what I do. I never use cruise control. I'm not using it now. Great. So Tesla quickly rolled out an over-the-air update to address the issue, yet since that recall, reports of phantom braking are higher than ever. In fact, the single highest reported cases of phantom braking analyzed by the Post, no link to the Post story here, so that's a tough one to fact check, was just 1 month after the recall. And Tesla's been making the world measurably worse as they dump more and more unsafe code into production, getting people killed unnecessarily. What is going on? How do you, and the thing is, we'll get into who this guy is in a minute, but he's a serious person who just has this incredible rage for all things Tesla that defies understanding. He's like a featured speaker at tech security conferences. Oh. It's weird. Here's a post from 2 days ago on Reddit, a place where Tesla owners often discuss the dangers of being allowed to operate on public roads. I was in the middle of doing 69 when all of a sudden it happened. I went from cruising at 69 to less than 30 with not a single car even in my view. This guy dropped 39 miles per hour from phantom braking.
That's never happened to me. Never happened to me.
I've never heard of someone in person doing it. He did say, I went and looked up this user. He went and said, oh, I'm going to make a video of it tomorrow. And at the time of putting this together, no video had been made.
Oh, yeah.
But a 40-mile-an-hour cut is... Oh. And especially if it's in a place where he knows it's going to be done, why would he allow it to happen? Wouldn't you keep your foot on the accelerator? But okay. The problem yes.
And even if it dropped that much, again, it would have dropped as a result of regenerative braking. It would not have been an abrupt drop.
So. Right. The problem with unpredictable, unsafe braking is so bad. Owners must live with an expectation that their car at high speed will fail catastrophically any minute.
On the way to Vegas and back, just a couple of weeks ago, where we kept it on full self-driving pretty much the whole way, we had one incident. It dropped at about, I'm going to guess, 7 miles an hour or something like that. It immediately picked up and went again. So that's 5 hours, 4 hours each way, 4.5 hours each way. So 9 hours. We had one incident. Yeah.
So yours failed catastrophically.
Catastrophically and often. Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the rearview mirror the whole time and your foot over the accelerator, or that Tesla software you paid so much money for proves to be the worst engineering possible, more likely than ever to kill the people behind you. You know, we were talking about autopilot a minute ago, Davy. So, you know that's included, right? Because you didn't actually pay for the autopilot. I'm starting to think, and hear me out here, Randy, because I may be off base. This author may not be the most sincere and honest person on this topic.
Oh, I see.
Is that possible?
Maybe. It's possible.
It's possible. So I went to the front page of Stupid Ass Penguin and found these 4 headlines on the first 2 pages. NHTSA upgrades investigation of Tesla loss of steering control as complaints explode. Tesla in Malaysia crashes blind into an old wall. Dawn of correction, thrash metal drummer beats Elon Musk with a $56 billion reckoning. And instead of recall, we should start saying, nail in Tesla's coffin. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's February 2nd, so that's about the font size. That's the nail in the coffin, is font size on your brake logo.
Yes.
So that's super, super sincere. I'm just concerned, Randy. I think Flying Penguin here needs to, keep up the good work, keeping the world safe. But this author is, like I said, otherwise very serious. why would you do that to your own reputation? I hope those who would hire him to speak have an opportunity to look at his work and dismiss him out of hand as the unserious clown that he is. What do you think?
Unfortunately, all of this has an effect, and it really does. And it's not just him, of course. It is the Wall Street Journal. It is Forbes. It is Barron's. It is Market Watch. It is the Los Angeles Times, which may be one of the worst offenders. I would say the Los Angeles Times might be a bigger offender than this particular Reddit guy. And the New York Times and the Washington Post, and just keep going on and on and on. All of them are picking up these stories, and they run them without really doing any significant looking into them. Yes, we can fault Tesla for not having a PR department to respond. Yes, we can fault all kinds of things, but the truth is we don't have honest reporters out there anymore, and the entire journalism industry is going into the tank as a result. I just did a video on that the other day where they're folding up left and right. LA Times, chief among them, where they're just about at the verge of folding their tent.
For me, the tipping point on the LA Times was when they ran the article about how Elon got billions in subsidies, and that's the only reason he's rich. And if you read through it, it was the most ludicrous nonsense. First of all, they counted every dollar that Tesla buyers received. They counted, even though Tesla didn't receive them, and when they expired, the price of Teslas went up instead of down. They counted all of the ZEV credits, which are not taxes. Those are not subsidies. Those are paid by your competitors who are too lazy to do the right thing. They counted, just so many things that didn't apply. They counted the $60 million tax abatement in Texas, even though it has already resulted in far more new revenue from taxes than that. And then, of course, they have to point out, oh my gosh, these handful of years he paid no tax at all, without mentioning that then he paid $11 billion. So these outlets, they're in a death spiral. They lost all that sweet, sweet ad revenue, and then they cut back and started chasing clicks, and that is it. You are circling the drain at that point, because now you're in a death spiral where the quality suffers, the revenue suffers, the quality suffers, the revenue suffers. And then you close shop. And it sucks that there's no great journalists left, or few compared to what there has been in the past. When I did some freelance writing for serious publications, I would research the heck out of it, and then the editor would come back and say, here's 3 things I need a source on, a citation for. And it was painful how much work it was to get these stories published, but they were so good when they were done. They were beyond reproach. And that is dead. There are no editors. Just get it up. We don't have time for this. It's ridiculous.
Right. And tons and tons and tons of freelancers doing the work instead of paid employees. And the freelancers are paid X number of dollars for X number of words on an article that they were asked to do an hour ago, that they may or may not have had enough background or understanding to even begin to write the story. And it's bad. It's not good.
It's worse than that, Randy. They're not paid by the word, and they're not assigned stories. They are usually left to submit whatever they want, and they are paid by the click. So the more clickbaity it is, the quicker to press it is, the more sensational it is, the more they get paid. No one's telling them what to write. No one's reviewing what they write. It just goes out. And it is
not good.
It is not good. I'm trying to think of words that are PG to describe this level of...
I was trying to be pithy. Not good. Not good.
Yes, very accurate. In the comments, what do we miss? What do we misunderstand? How dangerous is phantom braking? I have never met a person in real life who had stories like these, and I have met, as you can imagine, thousands of Tesla owners in person. So I don't know. In the comments, leave it. Tell us what we need to know. Make us a little bit smarter today than we were yesterday. That's all I can ask for, apart from maybe like, subscribe, do the usual things, click all the things. Maybe head over and see what old Randy's up to on his channel. He does some good work from time to time. And for everyone else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the next one.